What if I told you that what you think is gone isn't gone at all? What if the thinning, the fatigue, the weakness you see in the mirror every morning isn't the end of the story, but the beginning of a comeback no one ever explained to you? They told you it's just aging. They told you it's genetics. They told you once it's gone forever. And slowly, without even realizing it, you started accepting decline as destiny. But here's the truth most people never hear: your body is not designed for slow collapse, it's designed for repair. Every single day, your body replaces billions of cells. Your skin renews itself. Your gut lining rebuilds. Your muscles tear down and grow back stronger. Even your brain rewires itself based on how you live. Regeneration isn't a miracle, it's biology. So if something feels like it's fading, your energy, your strength, your resilience, your hair, your confidence, the real question isn't, is it over? The real question is, what is blocking the regrowth? Because growth doesn't disappear. It gets suppressed. Stress that never switches off. Sleep that never goes deep enough. Diets that spike your blood sugar and crash your hormones. Endless scrolling at midnight. Coffee replacing rest. Hustle replacing recovery. You are taught how to grind, but never how to rebuild. Look at your life honestly. When was the last time you truly rested without guilt? When was the last time you ate food that nourished instead of just filled you? When was the last time you moved your body to strengthen it, not punish it? The wellness industry sells you complexity, exotic supplements, expensive routines, 5 a.m. rituals that look good on camera. But your biology is simpler than that. It responds to signals: safety, nutrients, sleep, movement, consistency. When your body feels safe, it repairs. When your hormones stabilize, systems restart. When inflammation drops, growth pathways reactivate. You were never meant to run on stress 24/7. Chronic stress tells your body one thing: survive. And when survival mode is on, growth mode switches off. That's the hidden truth. If your body thinks you're constantly under threat from pressure, lack of sleep, processed food, emotional overload, it will prioritize survival over regeneration. Hair follicles shrink. Muscle recovery slows. Fat accumulates. Energy crashes. Focus fades. Not because you're broken, because your body is protecting you. And the moment you reverse those signals, something incredible begins to happen. Slowly, quietly, almost invisibly at first. You start sleeping deeper. You wake up clearer. Your skin looks brighter. Your workouts feel stronger. Your mood stabilizes. Your confidence returns. Regrowth is not dramatic in the beginning. It's subtle, but it's powerful. The world profits from you believing decline is inevitable. Because if you believe that, you'll keep buying quick fixes instead of changing foundations. But foundations are where the comeback begins. And yes, it can grow back. Not by magic. Not overnight. But by design. The real question is whether you're ready to stop fighting your body and start working with it. You don't lose growth overnight. You lose it slowly, quietly, in the habits no one questions. You wake up tired and call it normal. You feel stressed and call it ambition. You skip meals or overeat and call it convenience. You sit all day and call it productivity. And your body adapts. But adaptation is not the same as thriving. Here's something most people were never told: your body listens to patterns more than intentions. You can want help all day long, but if your daily rhythm screams chaos, your biology will follow the chaos. Think about cortisol, your primary stress hormone. In small bursts, it's powerful. It sharpens focus. It mobilizes energy. It keeps you alive. But when cortisol stays elevated for months or years, it sends a very different message. Resources are limited. Preserve. Don't expand. And when the body preserves, growth slows. Hair follicles move into resting phases. Muscle protein synthesis drops. Testosterone and estrogen balance shifts. Thyroid output can dip. Digestion weakens. Even your immune system becomes more reactive and less regenerative. This isn't punishment. It's protection. If your nervous system never feels safe, your body will not invest energy in rebuilding. Now look at modern life across the UK, USA, and Europe. Notifications never stop. Work bleeds into evenings. Artificial light extends the day. Ultra-processed food dominates shelves. Sleep is sacrificed for entertainment. And stress is worn like a badge of honor. You're not weak for feeling drained in this environment. You're overloaded. But here's the powerful part. Overload can be reversed. The first shift isn't a supplement. It's awareness. You must reduce the signals of danger before you can expect signals of growth. Deep sleep is where growth hormone surges. If you're sleeping 5 or 6 broken hours, regeneration simply can't fully activate. Late night screens suppress melatonin. Alcohol fragments run cycles. Irregular bedtimes confuse your circadian rhythm. Fix sleep, and you flip the first switch. Then comes blood sugar stability. Constant spikes from sugary snacks and refined carbs create inflammation. Inflammation shrinks growth pathways. Stable blood sugar supports hormone balance, reduces stress signals, and improves recovery. Then movement, not punishment, not obsession, but intelligent resistance training and consistent walking. Muscles are metabolic engines. When you stimulate them properly, your body receives a powerful message. We are building. We are adapting. We are growing. And then there's emotional stress, the kind no fitness tracker measures. Resentment, anxiety, self-criticism, comparison. These activate the same stress pathways as physical threats. Your body doesn't know the difference between a deadline and a predator. Chronic emotional tension keeps regeneration suppressed. That's the hidden layer most ignore. You can eat organic and still sabotage growth if your mind lives in fight or flight. Breath work, stillness, real conversations, time outside, sunlight on skin, laughter. These aren't luxuries. They're biological instructions telling your body it's safe to rebuild. Growth is expensive. It requires energy. Your body won't invest that energy if it believes you're under constant attack. But when safety returns, real safety, something shifts. Inflammation lowers. Hormones rebalance. Sleep deepens. Recovery accelerates. And slowly, the parts of you that felt like they were fading begin responding again. This is not hype. It's physiology. You were never designed to burn out and break down by 40 or 50. You were designed to adapt and renew. But renewal only happens when survival mode switches off. And that switch is in your daily habits. There's a moment most people never talk about. The moment you look in the mirror and realize something has changed. Not just physically, but internally. Your drive feels lower. Your recovery takes longer. Your skin doesn't glow the same. Your hair looks thinner. Your strength plateaus. And somewhere deep down, a quiet fear whispers, is this just how it is now? That fear is powerful, and it spreads fast. Because once you believe decline is permanent, your behavior changes. You train less intensely. You stop expecting improvement. You accept good enough. And your body responds to that expectation. Here's the hidden truth. The leaf influences biology more than most people realize. When you believe growth is possible, you take actions that support it. When you believe it's over, you unconsciously withdraw effort. That withdrawal becomes the very thing that accelerates decline. Your body is constantly reading feedback from your actions. Resistance training signals build strength. Protein intake signals repair tissue. Deep sleep signals release growth hormone. Sunlight signals regulate circadian rhythm. Cold exposure, heat exposure, cardiovascular work, these are all instructions. But inconsistency sends mixed signals. Most people try intense bursts of discipline. A new diet, a new gym routine, a 30-day challenge. And when dramatic change doesn't happen instantly, motivation collapses. Regrowth is not dramatic at first. It's cellular. Hair follicles cycle slowly. Muscle fibers rebuild over weeks. Hormones rebalance gradually. Mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells, increase density through repeated stimulus, not one heroic effort. The wellness industry glorifies extreme transformation photos. What it doesn't show is the quiet repetition behind the scenes. Your body thrives on rhythm. Wake at the same time. Sleep at the same time. Eat mostly whole foods. Lift weights progressively. Walk daily. Hydrate properly. Manage stress intentionally. Repeat. not for 14 days, for months. And something extraordinary happens when you stay consistent long enough. Your body remembers its blueprint because regeneration is built into you. It doesn't need motivation, it needs the right conditions. Think about muscle memory. Even after years away from training, previously built muscle returns faster than it was built the first time. That's not luck. That's biological memory. Your body keeps records. The same applies to metabolic health. Improve insulin sensitivity consistently, and your body becomes more efficient again. Improve sleep consistently, and hormonal rhythms stabilize. Reduce chronic inflammation consistently, and tissues repair more effectively. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about eliminating chaos. Stop jumping between extremes, starvation and binging, overtraining and quitting, obsession and neglect. Stability creates safety. Safety creates growth. And here's the part no one tells you. Patience is anabolic. Impatience triggers stress. Stress elevates cortisol. Cortisol suppresses regeneration. When you rush results, you physiologically interfere with them. But when you commit to the process, when you show up calmly, repeatedly, your nervous system relaxes. And a relaxed nervous system unlocks repair. You are not too old. You are not too far gone. You are not genetically doomed. You are either sending growth signals or survival signals. The mirror doesn't show destiny. It shows feedback. And feedback can change. Yes, it can grow back, but only if you're willing to trade intensity for consistency and panic for patience. There's another truth most people avoid because it's uncomfortable. Sometimes the reason it hasn't grown back yet isn't lack of effort. It's misdirected effort. You've tried more cardio. You've tried cutting calories. You've tried supplements stacked on top of supplements. You've tried copying influencers with completely different genetics, lifestyles, and stress levels. But growth doesn't respond to chaos. It responds to precision. Your body is not impressed by exhaustion. It is impressed by balance. When you overtrain without adequate recovery, you elevate stress hormones and suppress the very anabolic signals you're chasing. When you chronically undereat, your body interprets scarcity and reduces metabolic output. When you live in a constant calorie deficit, regeneration slows because energy is limited. Growth requires fuel. Protein provides amino acids for tissue repair. Healthy fats support hormone production. Micronutrients like zinc, iron, magnesium, vitamin D, and B vitamins act as cofactors in thousands of enzymatic reactions. Without them, systems don't function optimally. Yet many people in the UK, USA, and across Europe live in a strange paradox: high calories, low nutrients. Ultra-processed foods overload the system with energy, but starve it of building blocks. You can't expect rebuilding when the materials aren't there. Then there's gut health, a factor rarely connected to visible change. Your gut influences nutrient absorption, immune regulation, inflammation levels, even neurotransmitter production. Chronic digestive stress quietly disrupts everything from skin clarity to hormonal balance. If your gut is inflamed, your body diverts resources to manage that inflammation. Again, survival before growth. And what about light? Natural sunlight regulates circadian rhythm, supports vitamin D synthesis, and influences testosterone and mood. Yet many adults spend most of their day indoors under artificial light, then stare at screens late into the night. The result? Disrupted sleep cycles and blunted regenerative processes. Your biology evolved outdoors. Modern life traps it inside. Even hydration matters more than most realize. Blood volume, nutrient transport, temperature regulation all depend on adequate fluid intake. Mild dehydration increases stress response and fatigue, subtly reducing performance and recovery. Every small neglect compounds. But here's the empowering reality: every small correction compounds too. When you fuel your body adequately, train intelligently, rest deeply, and reduce unnecessary stressors, you shift from breakdown to build mode. And something changes emotionally as well. You stop chasing validation through appearance. You start valuing function, strength, energy, clarity, confidence. You measure progress by how you feel, not just how you look. Ironically, that shift accelerates visible change. Because obsession creates tension, and tension inhibits flow. When you stop attacking your body and start supporting it, it responds differently. You wake up less inflamed. You recover faster. Your workouts feel productive instead of punishing. Your mind feels sharper. Your posture improves. Your presence changes. People notice. Not because you forced transformation, but because you created the conditions for it. This isn't about turning back time. It's about activating potential that never left. Your body isn't broken. It's adaptive. And it's waiting for the right signals. Signals of nourishment. Signals of recovery. Signals of safety. Signals of strength. Give it those signals consistently, and you'll witness something powerful. Regrowth isn't loud. It's earned. And it begins the moment you stop fighting biology and start respecting it. Now, let's be honest. The reason this message hits you isn't because you didn't know the basics. You've heard about sleep. You've heard about protein. You've heard about stress. But knowing is not the same as embodying. The real battle isn't information. It's identity. Somewhere along the way, you started telling yourself a story. I'm just not as energetic as I used to be. My body doesn't respond like it did in my 20s. This is what happens after 40. It runs in my family. And that story quietly shaped your future. Your brain believes repetition. If you repeat limitation long enough, your behavior aligns with it. You move less boldly. You train less intensely. You recover less deliberately. You accept less from yourself. But here's the truth that changes everything. Your body responds to the standard you set. Not unrealistic perfection, not toxic hustle, but a calm, unwavering standard. When you decide that strength is non-negotiable, you train even when motivation dips. When you decide that sleep matters, you protect it. When you decide that nourishment is self-respect, you stop feeding yourself like an afterthought. Standards create consistency. Consistency creates adaptation. Adaptation creates visible change. And the longer you live in alignment with that standard, the more your identity shifts. You stop saying, I'm trying to get healthy. You start saying, I take care of myself. That shift is powerful because once something becomes who you are, it no longer requires constant willpower. And here's the final hidden truth. Growth is not just physical. As your body strengthens, your discipline strengthens. As your sleep improves, your clarity improves. As your inflammation drops, your mood stabilizes. As your posture straightens, your confidence rises. You begin showing up differently in meetings, in relationships, in conversations, in front of the mirror. Regrowth restores more than tissue. It restores belief. And belief changes outcomes. Yes, it can grow back. Strength, energy, confidence, vitality. Even parts of you that felt permanently diminished can rebound when you create the right environment. But no one can create that environment for you. Not a coach. Not a supplement. Not a trending routine. It starts with a decision. A decision to stop normalizing decline. A decision to respect your biology. A decision to play the long game. A decision to commit when the results are still invisible. Because they will be invisible at first. But if you stay consistent, one day you'll notice something subtle. Your reflection looks different. Your energy lasts longer. Your workouts feel powerful. Your mind feels clear. And you realize you're not rebuilding what you lost. You're becoming stronger than before. If this message resonated with you, I want to hear your story. Comment below and share what you've been struggling with in your health journey. What feels like it's fading? What are you committed to rebuilding? Like this video if it challenged your thinking. Subscribe if you're ready to take control of your health instead of surrendering to decline. And share this with someone who needs to hear that it's not over for them. Because it isn't. And it never was.